Hello, welcome to another video blog edition of the Drazen Report. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to get into the strategy and tactics and mostly the big strategic picture of the Ukraine situation. First of all, I want to thank Alexandra Mercouris over at the Duran for massively plugging me, directing his followers to my site. Alex, you have turned me into an international mini phenomenon. I am now an international blogger. It would never have happened without you. You've directed thousands of followers from various countries in my direction. I want to thank you for your confidence in me and for giving me the shot. So without further ado, first I want to talk about the situation, the ruble situation. Okay, on Friday, April 25th, the USD RUB currency pair actually broke below 70. So what that meant is, at least for a few minutes or an hour, you could actually take a dollar and buy 69 some rubles with it, and not 80, not 100, not 140, but 69 some rubles. Okay, now it's gone up a little. Now it's about today's Saturday, overnight Sunday, so it's about 71, 72 now. Still quite favorable to Russia. Now, this is something that I predicted, that the currency pair could actually have a 60 handle. What's going on here? Well, you got to understand, this is not something that Uncle Sam and the Western powers are excited about, and they really can't figure it out. And you see Reuters are writing several articles, one after the other, and Bloomberg and others, about how can this be? Well, this is fake, this must be about Russian capital controls, and it's fake, and it's not going to last. Look, if you're a consumer in Russia, relying on, imported car parts or contact lenses from Japan or whatever, it's not fake for you. It is real for you, okay? You can buy more for your rubles, and that's a fact, okay? There's nothing fake about it. What's really going on here? What's driving this? Well, what's driving it is not some psychic metaphysic mumbo jumbo about, confidence or something like that. There's no such thing as confidence, okay? There is supply and demand. Okay, and supply and demand rules the day here. And what happens is, when you make people pay for their rubles, for their gas, right, for their and their oil and their gas, specifically the gas, in rubles, when you force them to do that, that massively pushes up the demand for rubles. Okay, and what does that do? Well, with a fixed supply of rubles, right, more or less fixed, that pushes up the price. These are the laws of supply and demand, okay? Just like if you have Nintendo sets out there, and all of a sudden the supply is sort of stable. Let's say they're not making any more, and all of a sudden there's much more demand, the price is going to go up, right? Well, the price of the ruble has gone up, and it's gone up hugely. It was before the Russian invasion, it was something like 78 or 79 to the dollar. Now it's in the low 70s, and it actually got below 70 recently. What's going on here is that Russia has found a way not just to survive, but to thrive financially in this environment. And all these people that are still talking about, you still see this conventional wisdom on Bloomberg and just everywhere else, that Russia's economy is expected to contract by 10 to 20% this year. No, no, it's not. Not with the USD RUB or the EUR RUB currency pairs being what they are. There's no way it can contract 10 to 20%. Okay, it's literally physically impossible. It's mathematically impossible, for the Russian economy to contract 20 or even 10%, with the currency being as strong as it is. It's just not. Okay, so what's happened is they haven't updated their talking points. Okay, they haven't updated their talking points, and they'll get around to it at some point. Reality will set in. But folks in Washington and they're still talking. You see Jen Psaki up there on the on the podium talk. Well, this is just this is capital controls and Russia's faking it. And look, the biggest capital control in history is when Europe came together and froze, basically stole 300 billion euros worth of Russian central bank held euro bonds, okay, that Russia had collected as a form of savings, as a cash pile for euros that they had earned honestly selling, oil and gas and other things to Europe, among other countries, right? And the Europeans went ahead and just stole that, and depriving the Russian central bank of $300 billion, 300 billion euros with the snap of their fingers. That's the biggest capital control in history, okay? Whatever Russia's doing pales in comparison, okay? The fact is that ruble demand is now through the roof. The ruble is obviously just about the best performing currency in the world now, really. And no one predicted this, and you can see, Lindsey Graham and crying to himself to sleep, and Marco Rubio's crying in his beer, and Jen Psaki's crying, and they can't figure it out. But it's just obvious. It's supply and demand. This whole thing about confidence. Well, no one's going to want to do business with Russia anymore because it's about confidence. It's like we don't have confidence in Russia anymore. It doesn't matter. They've got the stuff. You have to buy it. They're making you pay for it in rubles. End of story. Okay. And, I like to get poetic, and, you can just, you can hear the gnashing of teeth, right? That this isn't working out how they want it, and the widows of Assur are loud in their wail, right? It's like, no, this isn't how it's supposed to go, but that's how it is. Okay. Russia's not going anywhere. They have the time and the money and the patience to see this through, okay? And, whether they're right or wrong, whatever you think, it doesn't matter. Objectively, they have the breathing room, and they are going to grind down the Ukraine and all this stuff that's being sent to the Ukraine, all these weapons and everything. They're going to grind it down, and they're going to come out on top because ultimately they have the finances. The money decides everything, right? Unless NATO decides to go to war directly with its own armies, no one's going to stop Russia. That's it. Okay. I'm going to have one or two more segments here, but that's it for this segment.